Alrighty guys, hello and welcome. My name is Ethan and I will be your MC for this presentation. We are presenting for group 4 and today our lineup includes Colin talking about Philip Kurzgat, Ying Xiao talking about He Hai, Yi talking about Heath Haring, and Jacob talking about Zitong Zhao. So without further ado, I'd like to pass it over to Colin to discuss his progress with his ongoing booklet design.
My name is Colin, and this is my booklet design progress. My issue is about climate change, and it was inspired by Kokuzak's video and posters. Yeah, so what I want to include is the text and imagery talking about the facts about climate change, using the information about the cause, danger, and solutions, as well as adding vibrant colors. So on the right here, this is one of Kokuzak's video, which also happened to talk about climate change, and I like to use how they made a pathway. And the kind of booklet I'm making is accordion style, so I think this would fit well, really well. The bottom two here are my current posters, and it's just work in progress, but this is where I want to show how I'm inspired by the vector-based artwork. So this is my current progress. So I want to make an accordion pamphlet, which is about 5 pages long, and there's a start to the finish line, which goes from here to the last page. And I want to make a theme talking about the dystopian from the left side, and as it progresses, it goes to move on to utopia. So on the left side, it talks about like the danger and causes, the elements, as well as put a picture of Antarctica here to talk about like my place as well, how I put the polar bear. And on the far right, I just want to talk about like the solutions to fixing it, like renewable energy. And on the back page, I want to make like a giant picture of the Earth's surface and also like sparkling space in the background. This is for decorative purpose. And on one page, I want to make the title. So including the Earth and just in space, the title climate change. Yeah, so this is a quick reference for the video, and on the next transition, it'll show my current pamphlet. For my booklet design, I've decided to choose a accordion style booklet, and on the back side, it'll be showing what my topic is, which is climate change, and as I open it, it'll be 5 pages long. It'll show the back side of the Earth here, with the stars in front here. Yeah. On the other side, this is where all the information and the posters will be displayed. From the left side, this is where I want to put like a starting point, which progresses for each page, and it ends over here in the final part. And on the left side, I want to make it more of a dystopian area to talk about the CO2 emissions, like all the causes, fossil fuel, and like the damage it's done. And as it progresses, it goes to a more utopia area, so where we talk about renewable energy and how we can fix the issues in hand. Yeah.
Beautiful, Colin. Thank you very much. That was some very impressive work. Loved the combination between imagery and form exploration you're doing with your booklet design. Very impressive work. Anyway, we'll now pass it over to Ying Xiao to talk about his progress.
Hello, this is Ying Xiao's presentation. My review is Huang Hai's Chinese style. Huang Hai's works are full of strong Chinese style, which is characterized by color tones. In his post, he often uses ink painting, which is representative of Chinese painting, which, with the help of black, white, and green color, it can build a party of highlight the moon of ink work. Like this post, he used two main colors, black and white, which also build a very beautiful post. My idea is add an element of ink style in the booklet by those colors, black, white, and green, as main body, and use gold as the foam color, so that foam is like gold inlay. The main thing is control the ratio between black, white, and gray, and how to explain the force with it. I want to use digital painting method to make it and then print it out, which I can't get brushes over here, so I use the brush tool of the painting software instead. All in all, my idea is to add the Chinese ink style use Haihuang booklet. Thank you.
Beautiful. Another great piece of work we've seen here from Ying Shao. Thank you very much for that presentation. It was a beautiful use of colour through your slide design as well as your ongoing work with your booklet. I loved the use of modern brushes used with current software. I think it bodes very well with some more traditional design that you've spoken about as well. Anyway, we will now hear from Yi talking about Keith Haring.
Hi guys, I'm Ian. Today I will talk about the progress of my booklet design. First, I want to introduce Keith Haring. He is an American new pop artist and was active in the 1980s. Keith's works are very different from the traditional paintings. They are simple and direct, often repeating several patterns, and the content is often cartoonish. The stick figures, the babies, dogs, flying saucers, television, and graphics often appear in his paintings. And this is what I think of my booklet. I want to incorporate my daily life into the booklet. And also I want to use a very interesting method, the 3D pop-up book, to make it. And this page is some of my experiments. And you can see the tram, the Chinatown, and the stain library. And here's a little video. Yeah, that's very interesting. It's a McDonald's meal. And later I will combine the little people of Keith Haring in it. That may represent some of my feelings and emotions.
Absolutely amazing, yeah. I gasped when I saw that Macca's meal jump out of the page. That was very impressive. Something I definitely couldn't do myself. Anyway, unfortunately Jacob couldn't be with us today, so I'm going to have to pass it over to myself to talk about my progression with my current booklet design. Thank you. Alrighty guys, my name is Ethan, and what I have in front of me is the current progression of my booklet design for the chosen illustrator Jacob Ovgren. So just to recap, Jacob is an illustrator from Sweden, made famous from his work building the Polar Skate Co.'s comic book style brand identity. His work is celebrated by many creatives and avid skateboarders internationally, and I believe it is time to bring his work to Melbourne, Australia. I maintain his work and aesthetic is fitting to Melbourne's landscape and creative culture, and this booklet aims to explore this idea. So first, let's take a look at some of the preliminary sketches I've done. So as you can see, these sketches relate to the opening page and the first page of the booklet. The placement of text, linking imagery, and overall composition have been explored here to help guide my creative process once I start compositing the booklet. So on to my opening cover. So this is the first piece I've developed as part of my booklet. So as you can see here, there are 3 stylized themes which I carry through my booklet design. First and foremost is Jacob's illustrative work, seen predominantly on the left-hand side. Then the emotive imagery of teared edges to create a gestural collage aesthetic, seen throughout this front cover. And finally, hand-drawn graffiti-inspired typesetting, seen in yellow in the middle. All 3 are working hard to create a balanced theme and composition that ideally complements his work. So now, moving on to the first page of the booklet, the second piece I have developed for this task. Here you can see the first composition of Jacob's work. Much of his work is inspired from street culture, and this image of Melbourne's Hosier Lane is testament to this. This image ties into Melbourne's grunge and love for skateboarding. Jacob's work always is eye-catching, and in addition to real-world landscapes, hopefully brings cartoons to life. Anyways, guys, thank you very much for listening, and I'll throw it back to our MC. Cheers. Well, a cheers to myself. That's a little bit awkward. Anyway, we have a last-minute newcomer, Yuki, who is going to talk about her progress with her booklet focusing on Hajime Sorayama. Pass it over to you.
Hello everyone, I'm Yuki. Firstly, I would like to talk a little bit about Hajime Sorayama. Hajime Sorayama is a Japanese illustrator. His creations are known for metallic robots. His design are a blend of fine arts, illustration, and industrial design, developing his unique style of superrealism. For the book design, I wanted the book to be in the form of visual representation. So I will use different materials to represent the concept and elements of Sorayama's work, and combine my understanding of robotics and futurism, like drawing a mental arm in watercolor, making a robot by cutting and collaging foil, or drawing a futuristic world with illustrations. And then for the typography, I would like to use Photoshop to give text a little bit texture, like metallic or particle. And then in terms of text content, I would like to use some quotes from his view on superrealism and art. The top 3 images are some experiments I've done with different textures of foil and cutting and collaging. And at the bottom, these are some experiments with visual elements. I've used Photoshop and Procreate, and also I put some asset design techniques on that I've learned from YouTube videos.
Beautiful presentation, and thanks to Yuki to being a last-minute member to our group. Anyway, you've probably heard enough of my voice, so I'd love to open up the floor to some live Q&A. Please feel free to chuck on your mics, ask us any questions. We'll do our best to provide any information that you desire. Anyway, thank you very much, guys, for listening. This is Group 4, signing off. Cheers.